All right, take 16, I think it is now. Just got this 2003 Chevy Tahoe, and we're going to be slowly changing out the fluids in it, starting with the rear differential because that's the heaviest used and I don't know, maybe the least amount of part serviced, I suppose. I don't know. This one's a little bit different because it doesn't have a particular drain plug. You have to actually undo the 10 bolts around the differential cover, pop it off, reseal it, and then fill it up. So it's a little bit more of an arduous process. Not that big of a deal, but I'll kind of walk you through it. This is my first time doing it. And so it does call for the GL5 type oil, the gear oil. So after doing some research on the forums, I decided on the 7590. And oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. All right, well, I got 75 140. I got 2 of those and 3 of the 75 90s, which are the right ones. The rear differential only takes 3 or 2.75, but the front, which I was planning on doing today at this moment, takes 2 or 1.5, but I'm not going to do it now because I got the wrong ones. Freaking hell. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to go back to O'Reilly's. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and then I'll finish it up. But so far, we just got this Felpro gasket. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much you really need a gasket. When I took the cover off, it was just a bunch of RTV silicone. The gasket might help. I don't know. Make sure you get your size right. This is a non-limited slip locking G80 differential on this, and I think it's the 8.5. Forgot what I decided it was. 8.5. It's not the 9.5 or the 10-inch differential cover. So just make sure you get the right gasket on it. I'm gonna show you right here. As you can see with this front camera, it's not as good as the back. Yeah, so I've already taken the cover off, cleaned it. Magnet wasn't that bad. The fill port is right there towards the end of the drive shaft, and what I would recommend doing is I'm doing that first because for whatever reason it's rusted, and you can't get it out, and you drain the oil, then you're stuck unless you have a second car to go back and try to figure something out in a different part of the auto parts store. So anyways, that's what I usually do with my oil filters. Any kind of drain fill situation, I'll take the fill part out first and then make sure I can get the oil back in after I drain it. So anyways, keep you posted. So something to add about the differential change, not on that truck, on this truck, is the most of the time you're going to spend is just cleaning around the differential cover and the actual differential housing. Mine had a lot of RTV on it. It's probably from the factory. I really don't know. I can't tell. But just get little razor blades, scrape it in, and then I sprayed brake cleaner or carb cleaner on just like a paper towel or just a rag, and then cleaned around it. I didn't spray it directly on the mating surface. That stuff is really good at degrading any kind of grease or oil. I'm afraid if you get it in there in any way, it's going to begin the process of breaking down the oil. I would recommend not spraying any of that stuff in the housing whatsoever, even to clean it out. I would just wipe it out because, like I said, if a little bit gets in there, I don't know. I really don't know the chemical breakdown of exactly what happens when you put brake cleaner. Even though it does evaporate and mates with the oil, it could begin a breakdown process. I just don't think it's worth the risk. So just spray it on the rag, wipe down the surface after you clean it. And then in the bottom of the differential or the pumpkin, you can just wipe some of that oil off and then clean the mating surface. I actually did not end up using the Felpro gasket. I've had bad luck with Felpro in the past, had some good luck. I just used RTV again. And I put the oil in immediately after I resealed it, and I haven't had any leaks yet. It's been a couple of hours. I drove it around too. So, whatever that is means to you, then I suppose it can be done. I'll keep it. If it does end up leaking, then I'll update. But one thing to note with this is that I checked with O'Reilly's, and their program, their computer system said 2.75 quarts. So I put about 3 in there. The fill port is just a fill port. It's not a port that you can judge whether it weeps out or not. You've had enough. I think if you get it to that level, you probably ended up putting too much in. So just check, double check. I've read on forums 2.25, 2.5. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of misinformation out there. The information that I got directly from O'Reilly's was 2.75 quarts, so almost 3 quarts. I put 3 quarts in there, and then I checked it on flat level, and I think I was able to put my pinky in the fill hole and get a little bit of oil on it. I don't know if it came from the oil that's actually pooling in the bottom, or if it was just from a different part or mechanism within the casing itself. So I want to call a Chevy dealership if you don't trust O'Reilly's, but that's what O'Reilly said, so I'm passing off on to you guys. I think that's pretty much it. I believe the bolts are about 30 foot-pounds. It's my grain of salt warning. Check for yourself, though, because I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, I'll keep you updated on this. Like I said, I just bought it. Pretty much sold my golf cart and bought this 4x4. So I hope it's a good vehicle. It's my first Chevy that I've ever owned. I'm not really brand specific. Whoever makes great stuff, I tend to buy. That's why I bought a 7.3. They're reliable, a little on the more expensive side, but they've proven themselves over the years, and I believe this the Tahoe has too. With some slight electrical issues, I'm working on a service 4x4 light, and hopefully get that figured out in the next couple of weeks. Anyways, thanks for watching.